Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a book review. Feels like it's been quite some time since I released a book review on this channel, but I feel that there's something important with them, and that I really have to agree with what Mike from Knowledge Loss had to say, with how reviews seem to stand the test of time the best among booktube videos. And the book that I'm going to be talking about today is something that I was really fortunate enough to receive from Glagoslav Publications. They asked me to read and review some books for them. They are a publishing company that translates Slavic literature, and I'm really interested in reading what the entire world has to offer, and I feel that world literature and the ability to understand all kinds of cultures from their point of view is key to being well-rounded, not just as a reader, but also as a thinker. And the book that I'm going to be talking about today is the first of two that they sent me, and that is Moscow in the 1930s by Natalia Gromova, and it's translated by Christopher Culver. This book pretty much follows the research that Gromova engaged in on literary and artistic figures during Stalin's reign. And those that have a historical background know that the Stalin reign was a pretty intense time. Stalin was not about free thought and felt that anybody that opposed him or even stood as a possible threat was an enemy to the people, and they needed to be sent away to a gulag and or killed. And something that is quite intriguing is that Stalin killed more people than Hitler, but Stalin still does not meet up to the person that has been deemed to kill the absolute most citizens of theirs, and that was Mao Zedong. But back to Moscow in the 1930s. I felt that there was a great amount of promise for this, because I'm really curious in learning about the art of the written word from a period that heavily restricted it, and somebody that spoke their mind up loud enough was going to get into huge trouble. Figures that I was aware of were Mikhail Bulgakov, Anna Akhmatova, Osip Mandelstam. Mandelstam was, he actually did time in the gulags, and that was what he ended up dying while he was there. But in this book, we get some information from his wife, Natalia. And they talk a little bit about Bulgakov and Akhmatova, but the main area of concentration in this book has to do with those that left diaries behind. Figures like Olga Bessarabova, Maria Belkina, and Lydia Bindinskala. But I think that the one where I think that the area, or the figure that had the most, that had the area of concentration that stuck out the most in my mind was that of Daniel Andreev, who wrote Wanderers of the Night, which was destroyed after he was arrested after the Second World War, and The Rose of the World, which both of them explore Andreev's positions when it comes to spirituality. He talks about religion, and he really picks from all different religions and forms his own opinion. And he also viewed Stalin as being an antichrist figure. And that really put a target on his back. But Wanderers of the Night got its name because that was the name that was given to people that stayed in Moscow during this period of time, because a lot of citizens took the opportunity to escape, which in some cases, being under the rule of a cruel dictator who was a fascist masquerading as a communist, and pretty much altered the term drastically. If those people had the opportunity to walk away and go to another country, they took that opportunity. But otherwise, I feel that while there was such fascinating information that could have been explored in this work, I must honestly say that it was very scattered. Perhaps it was written in the order that Gromova came across these diaries and across when she came about this information. But to me, it was very disorganized, which made it very hard to understand. And I feel that these figures, I need to look more into Soviet Russia history, especially when it comes to art and literature. But from what I did know, these were not necessarily figures that I was familiar with. Maybe they had greater acclaim among the Soviet citizens, but to me, I feel that you have to have a decent amount of background information on these figures before you go into this and are able to enjoy it thoroughly. And I feel that Gromova's research was very well done, but it didn't take that step to grab me in and leave a great thought in my mind, like many of the other history books and biographies have been able to accomplish. I'm giving this 2.5 stars out of 5. That's what I gave it on my Goodreads. It is something that I see its effort and its merit, but I can't say that this is a go-to book when it comes to learning more about artistic expression and of the written word during the 1930s in Moscow. Perhaps I may look into this again and see if my thoughts change, but for now, my thoughts stand as they are. I'm planning to read the other book. It's called The Tale of Api, that Glagoslav Publications sent to me. And hopefully I enjoy that a little bit better than I did Moscow in the 1930s. Thank you for tuning into this review, and for now, keep reading.